Experience better. Balanced Mobility Aquatic Center, Grand Island.
Lavenders, don't gamble with your car repair.
Ask anyone who's had their car serviced by Lavenders in Grand Island. They'll tell you it's a sure thing. We're all in getting you back on the road fast at a price that won't make you go bust. Fast and fair service at a fair price. We're celebrating 20 years in Grand Island.
Viva Lavenders! Viva! Viva Lavenders! Don't gamble with your car repair.
And welcome back here to Memorial Field here on News Channel Nebraska. Brandon Axman alongside Jason Jorgensen. We have another pitching change for UNK. Clay Collison now on the mound for the Lopers. As UNK currently with a 2-run lead here in the top of the 7th.
Starters in this one, Hunter Neal from Northeastern and Mitchell Robinson from UNK. Seems like they were gone a couple of games ago as long as this one has lasted. This one has been turned over to the bullpen for quite a while. For Collison, this is his 9th appearance of the year. Chance here to try to get a hold for the Lopers.
We're nearing the 3-hour mark as we are now in the 7th inning. You got your money's worth if you're watching from home. Not that you're paying anyways, but you got plenty of entertainment for your Friday night. Also, if you're here at the stadium, a beautiful night for it. It's a little bit windy. Things are getting slightly chilly, but we had the sun out earlier, and compared to what other games that UNK has had for home dates, this beats them all.
That's right. And when you haven't been at home for a while, of course, they had a road game that was at home on Tuesday, but they haven't had any night games, Friday night games. Pretty nice crowd to start off with, and they saw a lot of entertainment early.
So Dakota Woods walks and Dakota Morse comes to the plate.
If you're Collison, you want to just come in. I know it's simple, but throw strikes. When UNK has been in trouble tonight, and for a lot of this season, they've got over 110 walks. I'm going to fill the zone. And if anybody in here tells you how they know this one's going to end, they're guessing.
Don't think you could have written the script for this one. Again, if you are just joining us, as we have that grounder go to third, we have the runner out, put out at second in Woods. But it was 9-0. 9-0 after the second inning. Riverhawks with the lead, and UNK just turned around, had a 4-home run, 8-run bottom of the second, and it's just been a slugfest ever since that point. Pretty good throw over there, third by Kirsch. He double clutched. Most times you can't get away with it. Strong enough arm. Rifled that one to second for the force. So 0-1. Spies, who had that grand slam in the first. Now, credit the pitching staff. He hasn't had a hit since that point. He's 1 for 4, 2 strikeouts and a flyout. Well, they've done a much better job of it. You know, staying ahead of him, not letting him sit on a fastball. And, you know, I don't know how we'd rate all the home runs tonight, but his early was pretty impressive. And you see him looking for it again. Goes down swinging on the off speed. That was a beautiful pitch by Collison. You talk about breaking one off. But Collison wasn't even, he wasn't messing around there. Spies. Jordan Payne here. He has 3 singles and a walk. Very quiet, great performance here tonight.
You know, you go up and down that lineup for them, and they got a lot of guys who could hurt you. You know, the fifth got a little messy for UNK, but since the second, I mean, they've done a decent job.
.1-0 delivery goes in for a strike. 1-1. And you see the blankets coming out, the coats, and a lot of bodies huddled together for that warmth. It is getting a little bit more chilly. The crowd is thinned a little bit. The ones in those front rows, they have great seats for what has been a great game.
And of course, this stadium, they do have the chair backs right behind home plate. But that cement can still get a little chilly here in April, early April, and that wouldn't be the warmest spot in the building right now in the facility.
Turned on that one, booted, thrown across the diamond for an out. Great play there by Brent Kirsch, getting the job done. No runs scored in that one. UNK still with a 15-13 lead. We'll be back with the bottom of the seventh.
From day trips to vacations of a lifetime, choose the home of a happy traveler, First Holiday Tour and Travel. Planning a trip with First Holiday can save you time, money, and frustration with the best deals, impeccable service, and over 50 years of travel planning experience.
An amazing job doing everything to make our family vacation easy and stress-free.
Sure makes traveling more relaxing when arrangements are made for you. We had a great trip. Thank you.
First Holiday Tour and Travel, located in Grand Island, bringing you the world.
Time after time, the Toyota Tacoma comes out on top. Named the 4x4 of the year, the all-new 2017 Tacoma delivers unwavering capability and good looks to match, with chiseled character lines and muscular fenders. Performance, resale value, design, and bottom line. Tacomas, starting at $24,320, lease for only $309 a month. If you're looking for a truck that stands up to scrutiny year after year, come see us. Cornhusker Toyota Honda, Ears Avenue, Grand Island.
And just getting through the seventh inning stretch here at Memorial Field in Kearney, Nebraska. Brandon Axman alongside Jason Jorgensen here on News Channel Nebraska. Glad you're with us. We're getting to the nitty gritty. 15-13, Antlers lead as they step up to the plate in the bottom of the seventh inning. Billy Hayes at the plate.
This has just been your typical Sunday slow pitch softball game.
On a Friday.
On a Friday.
You have Clay Collison, or excuse me, no, Zach Pale on the mound for NSU. Just came in relief last half inning.
I thought he looked pretty good last inning. He decided to come in and start throwing strikes. He did get himself in trouble a little bit when he kind of loses his mechanics. I think that's why Ruben Speeds just went out there to talk to him a little bit and say, hey, it's okay to go sidearm, but be sure you stay on top of the ball. You get underneath that, you tend to push it up, and that's when it hangs in the zone and you can get a hurt.
That one inside. Looked like it caught the leg of Hayes, so he'll go to first. And Matt Solomon steps up.
The second baseman, number 9, Matt
Solomon actually one of the few players looking for his first hit. He's hit into a couple double plays, flown out, and struck out. So I'd say he's about due.
Be a great time.
That one trailing and just hits foul.
6 inches maybe away from extra bases for sure. And Hayes got a great break on that. He was almost a second by the time the ball landed down the right field line. Would certainly be a nice win for the Lopers. They'll take anything right now. 2 for their last 19. Haven't played at home much. Now there's been some big wins for this program. A lot of those were 4 or 5 years ago, but this would be one I think what they would talk about for a while should they get it against a team that's, I mean, this is not a bottom dweller in the conference. This is a team that's battling for postseason. So this would be a great Friday night for UNK.
Low pitch, 1-2. Solomon.
And it's one of those games that if UNK does hang on, everybody can feel good about because there's been a whole lot more than 1 or 2 different heroes.
Tough hop at third base, and both runners will be safe. Hayes to second, Solomon to first.
Netting it go, we saw Dakota Morse make a fantastic play. That time, playing a little closer, and it just ate him up. Jumped on him quickly, tried the old Olay move. Sometimes you can scoop it, sometimes you can't. Another chance here for UNK to add on a couple more, what would be very, very important runs.
Easton Edmond, I don't know if you want anybody else at the plate at least tonight if you're UNK.
And how about that? The guy who has 2 home runs sees the first pitch squaring as if he might bunt.
That time he tries to lay one down, strike 2.
So the strategy here for Coach Day, you can play for the big inning and see what Edmond can do, or ask him in a situation here to put the bunt down, get runners at second and third, and have 1 down.
And he lets him swing. Unfortunately for Edmond, he goes down. It's the first time he hasn't reached base here tonight.
That's a real wasted out for UNK. At the very least there, you want to put the ball on play, get your runners 90 feet further down the base paths, but you can't fault Edmond too much. He's had a pretty good night.
Now Ty Roseberry back at the plate. He had that single in the 6th inning. 3 singles and a strikeout for the freshman. Opposite field, chopper, and he finds the gap, and they're sending the runner around third. Potential play at the plate, and sliding in safe is Billy Hayes. Solomon to third, Roseberry to second.
Nice to see the freshman from Kearney having a big night. Second time tonight we've seen him go the other way, take it toward the right side, able to punch that one through, and another big run for UNK. You know, Coach Date told me this week, he said, we've had situations where we haven't been able to come through. Other than the first inning when UNK hit into the double play, when they've had clutch chances tonight, more than not, they've been able to come up with a big hit.
There's an opportunity for another clutch hit here. Runners on second and third, 1 down. You're wanting to add to that 3-run lead, and you'll take all the insurance runs you can in a contest like this one. And opposite field, chopper, it's down, and that will score 2 by Brent Kirsch. He slides into second as Solomon comes around and Kirsch comes around, or Rosenberry comes around, excuse me. I'm getting mixed up with all this chicken scratch. The point is, UNK gets 2 more runs.
And another inside-out swing against Pale. Great to see Kirsch have a big night. The batting average this year in his senior season hasn't been where he'd want it. That was a great approach to line it down the right field line, and a little more insurance for the Lopers.
Bat on the ball again as it goes right to center field, and another Loper comes around. Calvin Rudolph with a one-run single now.
That's 3 RBIs, the last 2 at bats, and he about took Pale's head off that time as he was ducking for cover. And Rudolph is releasing the ball well out of the hand of Pale as he sharply hit that one right up the middle. And you almost have to figure maybe some frustration is coming out for UNK after really struggling this year. The batting average, you know, not where they want it to be. They've struggled to score runs. But boy, tonight they've come in bunches. You almost hope they could save a couple. They're going to need some of these, I think, tomorrow and come Sunday.
Well, we're getting closer and closer to a football scoreline. It's 19-13. This is a baseball game, and what a baseball game it has been. Have a steal there, uncontested. Rudolph goes to second base. Jacob Richardson, 1 for 5, or 1 for 4 rather, with a double, 2 strikeouts, and a walk. With his bat on the ball there.
And when guys start to hit and breaks start to go your way, it gets contagious. Looks like Coach Henrik now is going to come out and talk to Pale, who started strongly. But boy, he's really failed off. And the Riverhawks bullpen tonight has had some issues.
We'll see here if we're going to stick with Pale or go deeper into that Riverhawk bullpen.
Well, you didn't want that to get away from you, and they have to have confidence in their lineup. So you got to make a decision here. They'll go to the bullpen. Of course, they know UNK's had issues closing out games, but boy, 5 runs, 6 runs actually, 19-13. This one has really gotten away from the Riverhawks after they led it 9-0.
So we'll take a quick break while we get the new pitcher warmed up. It's 19-13. UNK leads here on News Channel Nebraska.
We invite you to experience Rowe. 2 dealerships, 20 minutes. Stop by our newest location, Rowe Chevrolet Buick, located in downtown Aurora. Or Rowe Buick, serving Grand Island and central Nebraska for nearly 70 years. Family owned, hassle-free buying. Rowe Chevrolet of Aurora and Rowe Buick of Grand Island. You can view both dealerships' inventory at rowcars.com. 2 dealerships, 20 minutes. Get to Rowe today.
Lavenders, don't gamble with your car repair.
Ask anyone who's had their car serviced by Lavanders in Grand Island. They'll tell you it's a sure thing. We're all in getting you back on the road fast at a price that won't make you go bust. Fast and fair service at a fair price. We're celebrating 20 years in Grand Island.
Viva Lavenders! Viva! Viva Lavenders! Don't gamble with your car repair.
From GI to York to Hastings to Broken Bow, our Grand Island Foot Clinic doctors have cared for farmers, football players, nurses, teachers, and construction workers.
Young at heart, and everyone in between. That's our job.
Now we have the same job with a new name, Foot and Ankle Clinic of Central Nebraska.
Doctors Larson, Wilson, and Blackburn, committed to the health of your feet, ankles, and lower legs.
We believe that every step you take on the job and in life should be pain-free.
Foot and Ankle Clinic of Central Nebraska. York, Hastings, Broken Bow, Grand Island.
And welcome back here in the 7th inning. Zach Hammock now on the mound for the Riverhawks as UNK leads 19-13. And you have a runner on second base for the Lopers. That's Calvin Rudolph as we're back at the top of the order. Jared Richardson at the
Kind
plate.
of odd to see a coach go to a relief pitcher middle of at bat, but that's what Coach Hendricks decides to do, and I think he realizes that run at second could be huge. Talk about exhausting your bullpen on a Friday night.
And to say these two teams still have 2 more games to play.
Makes you wonder what Sunday will look like.
Maybe the coaches will be pitching.
Could be.
Swinging strike there, full count.
One of those games where you take a guy who's, been bugging the coach. Hey, I can pitch, coach, I can pitch. I've been working on that fastball. I've been breaking off that curveball. Let me in there. Okay, Sunday, you show me what you got.
And more times than not, that situation doesn't work out the best for the enthusiastic pitcher.
No, it doesn't.
But you never know. We'll see what happens Sunday. As we have a walk. Throw down to second. Runner stays safe.
Well, Northeastern, they are going to get no sympathy from UNK when it comes to late inning issues. The bullpen this year for UNK, close to 7 as a staff. They've had to try to piecemeal things today and tonight also. They're sitting in a good spot with a big inning and a chance to add a couple more.
Katechis at the plate. That one catches the inside corner.
He'd like to have a little better at bat than last time when he was really a free swinger up there and got himself out on a couple of pitches that weren't all that close to the plate. We think it's been a long night for us, Brandon. How about the umpires?
They get all the credit in the world from me. I tell you what, I umpired once. 8th grade. Little League in the summer. It was a summer job.
How'd that go?
Tell you what, those parents are vicious.
Yeah.
I'm umpiring like 7-year-olds, and I am almost crying by the time the game's over by just how passionate, we'll say, the fans are for their kids.
The best move I ever saw was when I coached Pony League, when an individual in the town had lived in Elm Creek. And if any parents would start to complain about the way he was umpiring, he would slowly turn around and say, "Would you like to do it?" They didn't have much to say after that.
Probably, yeah, that's probably a better approach than something I did. I struck out one of their kids with a pitch well in the dirt in front of the plate.
That works too.
Now that was after about a half hour to an hour's worth of berating as UNK continues. Richardson comes around, but my supervisor took me over. Afterwards he said, "Brandon, you're doing a great job."
There you go.
Keep on doing what you're doing.
Well, I tell you what's working right now is this UNK offense. Station to station baseball right now. Everyone getting into the act, and nice work by Katechis to pick up the RBI.
So Schramm back at the plate. That's a high fly ball. That'll go foul.
Well, he's gone deep twice. Might be a little much to ask him to go deep 3 times, but in this game we've seen a lot of wild stuff. The wind has gone down a little bit, but still probably 20-25 miles an hour still blowing between center field and left field.
Schramm takes that one on the body. He advances to first, and those of you familiar with News Channel Nebraska, we always have highlight reels and packages from our broadcasts, and this game has no shortage of options to choose from. Word from the truck is we have 7 minutes worth of highlights, and that might be something you see in a football or basketball game, but this is a baseball game. Those are from just runs scored. Yes, just to hammer home that point further, that this game is not something you get to see often in terms of baseball.
And we're not done
runs.
yet.
We're not done. Who knows what could happen in the next 2 innings?
This has just got to be demoralizing to Northeastern State. I mean, they came in here with some swagger early on, put a 4 in the first, 5 in the second. UNK had to go to the bullpen early with Sean Laughlin, a guy with an ERA over 8. To say that it looked bleak, I mean, it was bleak. And then the Lopers come fighting back. Laughlin was able to navigate his way through 3 innings, and slowly but surely, UNK's been able to, so far to this point, win this war of attrition with the bullpens. That was a tough at bat there for Hayes. You know, he's played so well tonight. Looks a little dejected as he goes to the dugout, but he's had himself a nice ball game, and here's Solomon.
Hit right up the middle, and that's going to score at least one. And two come around, so Richardson and Katecha score. UNK continuing to lay it on here in the seventh.
Even Louis the Loper loves it, and who couldn't love this if you're here tonight for UNK? 22 runs out of an offense that has just really been struggling. I think they're trying to make it easier on the bullpen. Make sure that there will be no walk-off loss tonight.
Well, I am officially running out of bookkeeping space on my sheet, so we're at one more inning to go for UNK. We're just going to have to do the rest from memory.
Well, I can let you use mine. I got a couple free ones here, but it's not what you really plan for when you get set for a game. But if you're UNK, you'll take it. It'll be a much needed win, much talked about win.
Easton Edmond back at the plate. He has 2 home runs, 2 walks, and a strikeout.
You know, and for Zach Hammock and the rest of the Riverhawks, I mean, at this point, it just seems like it's almost an accomplishment if they get an out or to throw a strike. I mean, this has really turned into hard labor for them late.
Turn on that one, and man, did he get around on it. Just a little bit too much.
That kind of looked like the swing we saw when he parked those 2 home runs back in the second. He's had a big night. Schramm's had a big night. You know, when those two deliver like that on the 3rd and the 6th spot in the order for UNK, that really makes this lineup click. Their plate discipline has been pretty good. Haven't chased a lot, and after a slow start, just come roaring back against a pretty decent team. Came in here having won 5 out of the last 6. Home cooking is what UNK needed. Found it to the liking tonight.
Just missing the outside corner there.
There's been games and series that UNK hasn't been able to score for 3 runs. They had 8 in one inning, 7 in the other.
Edmond goes down swinging for out number 3, but more damage was dealt. 7 runs on 3 hits and an error. UNK leads 22-13 heading to the 8th. We'll be back on News Channel Nebraska.
We've got our heads in the game,
our minds in the classroom,
our hands in the community,
and our feet ready for the world.
We're a part of the NCAA Division II experience.
Using our skills
at our universities and in our communities. I chose the MIAA.
I chose the MIAA.
MIAA, the spirit of our communities.
We invite you to experience Rowe. 2 dealerships, 20 minutes. Stop by our newest location, Rowe Chevrolet Buick, located in downtown Aurora. Or Rowe Buick, serving Grand Island and central Nebraska for nearly 70 years. Family owned, hassle-free buying. Rowe Chevrolet of Aurora and Rowe Buick of Grand Island. You can view both dealerships' inventory at rowecars.com. 2 dealerships, 20 minutes. Get to Rowe today.
From GI to York to Hastings to Broken Bow, our Grand Island Foot Clinic doctors have cared for farmers, football players, nurses, teachers, and construction workers.
Young at heart, and everyone in between. That's our job.
Now we have the same job with a new name, Foot and Ankle Clinic of Central Nebraska.
Doctors Larson, Wilson, and Blackburn, committed to the health of your feet, ankles, and lower legs.
We believe that every step you take on the job and in life should be pain-free.
Foot and Ankle Clinic of Central Nebraska. York, Hastings, Broken Bow, Grand Island.
And welcome back. 2 more innings to be played here at Memorial Field here in Kearney. UNK leading 22-13. And they start things off here going against Jordan Payne. Or Dylan Adams, excuse me. Adams 1 for 4, 3 strikeouts and a single.
Played Collison on for another inning of work. Did well last inning. Keep the same approach, keep the same arm angle, just throw strikes. Sloper defense, you know, they've been spotty at times. Been pretty solid tonight, with just a couple of errors compared to 4 for the Riverhawks. And they're right there. You know, this facility was built back in 1946. It's seen a lot of games. Of course, there was some crazy baseball played when UNK was in the RMAC. They saw a lot of games like this. Teams would come in here and not have a ton of pitching, but 35 runs is a lot. I don't know if this facility has seen all the home runs we saw early, but they used to have a Class D league that was associated with the New York Yankees. So there's some names that have played baseball here in the past, like Mickey Mantle and Yogi Berra and Whitey Ford once played here.
Well, let's keep on the history topic, shall we? Did a little bit of research on Northeastern State University from Tahlequah, Oklahoma. Some famous people from Tahlequah, Oklahoma. Bill Harrelson. Ringing any bells?
Not specifically.
Well, it's because he only had 1 year in the major leagues as a pitcher, but
still made the show.
He made the show. He pitched for the California Angels in 1968. As we have a liner up the middle, a chance for a putout, and it is one. But Bill Harrelson, coming from the hometown of Northeastern State University, his debut was against Catfish Hunter, the future Hall of Famer, in 1968. He dueled with him, went through 7 innings, only gave up 1 run, 4 hits. Then he faltered in the 8th. And then he went 1 for 6 in his major league career, and that was his only year in the MLB.
But I bet he loved to tell that story of
yes,
dueling against Catfish Hunter.
Bill Harrelson, apparently a very big man as well, 6'5", 215 pounds. There's your fun fact from Tahlequah, Oklahoma. Actually, there's another famous person from Oklahoma. That's Butch Davis. More people might know him, the UNC football coach from 07 to 11 and the Miami Hurricane football coach from 95 to 2000. So Husker football fans might remember that name.
Also a couple others, if they're not on your list. Larry Coker coached at Miami. He followed Davis.
All
got
right.
a national title. And then Carrie Underwood. She is alumni of the school.
I did not have that one, so look at you.
Well, they got it on the roster here, so I didn't put the effort into it that you did. Still, when I looked at that, I'm like, huh, Carrie Underwood.
Would not have guessed.
She's a proud Oklahoman. A lot of Oklahomans have been stars over the years in a lot of different entertainment avenues. You know, while we were on our run through history there, that was a pretty nice play over there at third by Brett Kirsch. He's made some nice plays over at third. That was not an easy play, moving to his weak side to come up with not only the stop, but the throw over to first. And you got to like how Collison is throwing here. He's just rearing back, letting it go. If Northeastern is going to mount a rally, they'll have to do it on their own. Like he's kind of zeroed in at this point.
Goes right, and Michael Ray gets him swinging for out number 2 here in the top of the 8th. Back to the top for Butch Ray.
Pretty good fastball. You go upstairs, you got to make sure you got plenty of smoke on it. And Ray was well behind that one. Collison, good mechanics to pump it through, and Schramm able to hold on for the strikeout.
Just missing the outside corner there. 3 walks and a hit by pitch for Butch Ray. He also has a single. So he has reached base all 5 of his at-bats.
But UNK has controlled him. He's been on, he scored a couple of runs, but it's not like he lit them up and didn't have any real big hits to do a lot of damage early on. Now we have another stop to play here.
Now you have the umpire talking to the UNK coaching staff. We saw the umpire gesture towards what looked like the crowd. We have someone coming from the dugout. Looks like they're going to relay a message to somebody.
I've got the radar gun behind home plate. I couldn't see the issue there. Don't really hear any of the crowd really squawking too much. The home plate umpire just wanted this game to go a little bit longer because it hasn't been long enough. You know, we haven't seen everything yet.
Nobody has bedtimes to worry about.
This kind of reminds me of what you'd see at an 8-man football game when a lot of the fans like to park their cars around the field, and then someone will forget and turn their lights on, and then referee stops play and holds everything up, and play doesn't resume until they turn the headlights off. But that's not the issue here, but that's a weird stoppage of play.
And looks like we're ready to play again. I'm not sure what issue has been resolved, but here we go. Two down here.
Just got a nice message there. They're watching us tonight in Broken Bow.
There we go. Family members?
Nope.
All right.
Just another old broadcasting buddy and Larry Cotner who's tuning in tonight.
News Channel Nebraska. It's up there in Broken Bow as well. That would be NCN 30, our Grand Island station. Glad that you're enjoying us. Broadcasting this one over the airwaves everywhere on Norfolk Channel 35.1, Beatrice 21.1, Columbus 48.1, and Grand Island 30.1.
Well,
wonder if he'll give
shout
you
out to anyone.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll give you a rating on your performance.
I don't know, but Larry's a good guy, and like he says, it's great to see Loper baseball on.
Well, it's talking to Athletic Director Paul Plinsky, and we're hoping and planning that this won't be the last UNK broadcast News Channel Nebraska does.
And if they're going to give us this kind of a game, of course we're coming back.
You know, I'm starting to wonder. I think NCN gets at least 20% of the credit for inspiring this hitting performance here by the Lopers. They knew the cameras were going to be on them. They wanted to make it a dramatic game, so they went down 9-0 on purpose and stormed back.
Well, I think if we could guarantee each night they'd hit the ball like this, 22 runs, we'd probably be invited back anytime we want to show up.
Certainly, though, the staff here has been more than accommodating. It's been a great experience. Looking forward to doing many more. That's a high fly ball to center field by Bryce Davenport for out number 3.
Earlier tonight with the wind we had, that would have been gone.
Well, we're almost wrapping this one up. Bottom of the 8th here. Coming up, it's 22-13 UNK lead on News Channel Nebraska.
Time after time, the Toyota Tacoma comes out on top. Named the 4x4 of the year, the all-new 2017 Tacoma delivers unwavering capability and good looks to match. With chiseled character lines and muscular fenders, performance, resale value, design, and bottom line. Tacomas, starting at $24,320, lease for only $309 a month. If you're looking for a truck that stands up to scrutiny year after year, come see us. Cornhusker Toyota Honda, Pierce Avenue, Grand Island.
At Balance and Mobility of Hastings, we specialize in comprehensive physical, occupational, and speech therapy. We understand that not all therapy is the same.
We treat neurological disorders, balance and mobility deficits, total joint replacements, as well as work comp, orthopedic, and sports-related injuries.
We do this with a caring professional staff that provides one-on-one, hands-on, personalized care to meet your individual therapy needs.
Experience better. Balance and Mobility of Hastings.
And welcome back here. We're wrapping this one up. Bottom of the 8th. UNK leading 22-13. Brandon Axsmith alongside Jason Jorgensen. As we are now officially 3 hours and 32 minutes into this high-scoring affair. UNK, if the result holds, will hit double digits in wins and have 10 on the season as we have a deep ball back to the track, and it's caught. Michael Ray battling the wind and camping under that one.
Mentioned on that last fly ball from Davenport earlier tonight, when that wind was probably 10-15 miles per hour more, that would have pushed things out. With nightfall, the wind has gone back a little bit. So that's a pretty good poke from Rosenberry, who's been locked on tonight and has had a real nice game with a couple of key hits.
Kirsch grounds it right to Dakota Woods for the easy 4-3 foot out. Calvin Rudolph now to the plate. 3 for 5 with 2 singles and a double, though, his last 3 trip to the plate.
Been a rarity tonight to see a couple guys go down in order. I don't know if we've seen a 1-2-3 inning for most of the night. It's not the way this one has gone.
We'll see what happens here. Rudolph take that first pitch strike, 0-1.
How about his production tonight out of the 9th spot in the order? You know, this game was still in doubt. He had that big hit to drive in too, and ever since then the Lopers have been in the driver's seat.
Three for 5, not a bad night, I think. Rudolph has 3 RBIs, 2 in total. That double where you knocked in 2, and most recently that single in the 7th. Always a nice thing when your 9-hole is putting up numbers like that. And you do have the 1-2-3. That foul ball is caught. And that is a rarity. UNK, though, still with a comfortable 22-13 lead. We head to the 9th. Stay with us on News Channel Nebraska.
For vendors, don't gamble with your car repair.
Ask anyone who's had their car serviced by Lavanders in Grand Island. They'll tell you it's a sure thing. We're all in getting you back on the road fast at a price that won't make you go bust. Fast and fair service at a fair price. We're celebrating 20 years in Grand Island.
Viva Lavanders! Viva! Viva Lavanders! Don't gamble with your car repair.
What does it mean to have more heart? Are you more courageous, more committed, more giving? At CHI Health, we believe healthy hearts power rewarding lives. That's why we're redefining the future of heart care imagining new ways to repair broken hearts and keep healthy ones beating strong. It means marching to a different beat, because this is more than heart care. This is life care. CHI Health. Imagine that.
And welcome back here to Memorial Field here in Kearney. Top of the 9th inning. We're nearing 4 hours into this game. Glad you've been with us for the entirety or part of it or however long in between. Kearney looking to close this one out against Northeastern State University.
Blake Collison would love to finish this one off. It's one of his longest outings of the year. 10th appearance has been pretty good. He's gone out there and thrown his stuff, and maybe UNK can build on his performance a little bit. Also, Sean Laughlin have a different approach. Off-speed guy, kind of comes from the side. He gave UNK 3 really big innings when they were in trouble. So they've been looking for some guys to throw some pitches, and Peyton Pocock has not pitched as well as Collison or Laughlin did, but he also came in and threw well. To say this was bullpen by committee is an understatement.
Well, Dakota Woods draws the walk to lead things off here in the 9th.
There is no action in the Loper bullpen. And with as many arms as they've used tonight, I'm sure they'd love to try to finish this one off with Collison.
We have a meeting at the mound. And what do you think was said there? Asking you to play fortune teller at that meeting at the mound.
He said, "We're up 9, throw strikes."
Makes sense to me.
Looked like a one-way conversation.
Well, there's a strike. How about that?
He also probably said, "We're nearing 4 hours. We got a game tomorrow afternoon. Let's get this thing done." If you're asking.
I was. I think that's about as good an answer as any. Wild pitch.
It's also a chance to stretch Collison out a little bit. He did get in a little bit of trouble last inning, but able to work out of it. I would think the Riverhawks are about ready to go home too, and this one will smart.
High fly ball. That one will go out of play.
Kind of said at the top of the show, UNK's games have been on the road against the tougher teams in the league. Northeastern, a lot of their games have been at home against the bottom teams of the league.
Have a hit up the middle there, so the Riverhawks not saying we give up just yet.
But we thought, if UNK came out tonight and play, this could be a good game. They have a chance to win. As Coach Day said, it's just nice to be at home. 17 of the first 21 conference games have been on the road. But I'm sure he's feeling a lot better having an 8-run lead here in the 9th than if this was just a 2 or a 3-run game. UNK doesn't really have a true closer. They did, but kind of injuries have messed up how they've wanted to end games this year. So up 8, in a game that's been messy. Just soon see Collison figure this one out, but right now he's kind of lost a little bit. There's not as much juice in that right arm, and They're starting to stir down in the Loper bullpen.
Reuben Spies at the plate, 1-1.
We've already seen the Thunder in this lineup, so you don't want it to get too far, too close. Just try to extinguish the fire before it really turns into an inferno.
Fouled out of play, 2-2 upcoming to Reuben Spies. .30 hits between these two teams, 18 for UNK, 12 for NSU. And there's one to deep center field, off the wall. Reuben Spies with a stand-up double. Dakota Morris will be held up at third.
Well, nothing has been easy tonight for either team. I guess we shouldn't be surprised to see the Riverhawks trying to hang around on this one. And we've seen numerous times tonight, boy, when Reuben Spies, when he connects, he has a solid, beautiful looking swing as the ball just jumps off the bat. And nice work there by Edmond to track that down to the wall and know when to hold up. For a second, I thought maybe that one might leave the yard.
Now this one going to stay in. We're going to have a tag at third and second. Nice throw from right field. Runner was safe. But Morris goes home on the tag, and you saw Reuben Spies there. Reuben Spies advanced to third.
You mentioned the throw from Richardson. He almost came up with the assist from pretty deep in right field. He threw that one on just a laser shot to Kirsch. But Collison did what he wanted to do. If you're UNK, you will trade and out for a run there. And now whittle it down to 2 more outs.
Rounder right to second base. Easily handled there by Matt Solomon.
And you'll gladly trade another run for an out.
It all lies on the shoulders of Zach Henderson. He also had Reuben Spies come around to score. So 3 runs in the inning. And his first pitch goes in for a strike. That one just missing the outside corner. One and two. 2 down here in the top of the 9th. That one fouled out of play. And that is going to do things. Henderson goes down looking for out number 3, and UNK, after 3 hours and 45 minutes, get the win.
And with the struggles they've had of late, they will gladly take it. They would have stayed here until it took to 1 in the morning to win this thing tonight for a team that had really been struggling, and they could have had a worse start, falling down like they did, 9-0. Their ace, Mitchell Robinson, was chased after an inning, but the whole team got behind one another tonight, pulled the rope in the same direction. Well, this is a victory they'll talk about for a while. Win number 10 on the season was pretty special.
Northeastern State drops to 17-13. UNK improves to 10-2. Again, 22-15 is your final score. So we're going to wrap this one up. Grab head coach Damon Day, as well as our Grand Island Clinic player of the game, and put the final touches on this one. Glad you're with us. UNK wins 22-16. We'll be back.
Lavenders. Don't gamble with your car repair.
Ask anyone who's had their car serviced by Lavenders in Grand Island. They'll tell you it's a sure thing. We're all in getting you back on the road fast at a price that won't make you go bust. Fast and fair service at a fair price. We're celebrating 20 years in Grand Island.
Viva Lavenders. Viva, viva Lavenders. Don't gamble with your car repair.
From GI to York to Hastings to Broken Bow, our Grand Island Foot Clinic doctors have cared for farmers, football players, nurses, teachers, and construction workers.
Young at heart, and everyone in between. That's our job.
Now we have the same job with a new name, Foot and Ankle Clinic of Central Nebraska.
Doctors Larson, Wilson, and Blackburn, committed to the health of your feet, ankles, and lower legs.
We believe that every step you take on the job and in life should be pain-free.
Foot and Ankle Clinic of Central Nebraska. York, Hastings, Broken Bow, Grand Island.
We invite you to experience Rowe. 2 dealerships, 20 minutes. Stop by our newest location, Rowe Chevrolet Buick, located in downtown Aurora. Or Rowe Buick, serving Grand Island and Central Nebraska for nearly 70 years. Family owned, hassle-free buying. Rowe Chevrolet of Aurora and Rowe Buick of Grand Island. You can view both dealerships' inventory at rowcars.com. 2 dealerships, 20 minutes. Get to Rowe today.
From day trips to vacations of a lifetime, choose the home of a happy traveler. First Holiday Tour and Travel. Planning a trip with First Holiday can save you time, money, and frustration with the best deals, impeccable service, and over 50 years of travel planning experience.
An amazing job doing everything to make our family vacation easy and stress-free.
Sure makes traveling more relaxing when arrangements are made for you. We had a great trip. Thank you.
First Holiday Tour and Travel, located in Grand Island, bringing you the world.
We invite you to experience Rowe. 2 dealerships, 20 minutes. Stop by our newest location, Rowe Chevrolet Buick, located in downtown Aurora. Or Rowe Buick, serving Grand Island and Central Nebraska for nearly 70 years. Family owned, hassle-free buying. Rowe Chevrolet of Aurora and Rowe Buick of Grand Island. You can view both dealerships' inventory at rowcars.com. 2 dealerships, 20 minutes. Get to Rowe today.
We've got our heads in the game,
Our minds in the classroom,
our hands in the community,
and our feet ready for the world.
We're a part of the NCAA Division II experience.
Using our skills
At our universities and in our communities. I chose the MIAA.
I chose the MIAA. MIAA, the spirit of our communities.
Balance and mobility are essential to everyone. When compromised, we're here to help.
Our state-of-the-art center includes private treatment rooms and a warm water pool.
We specialize in orthopedics, vertigo, postural restoration, and neurological disorders.
And we also offer comprehensive speech-language services.
We do this with compassion and care.
Experience better. Balance Mobility Aquatic Center, Grand Island.
Lavenders. Don't gamble with your car repair.
Ask anyone who's had their car serviced by Lavenders in Grand Island. They'll tell you it's a sure thing. We're all in getting you back on the road fast at a price that won't make you go bust. Fast and fair service at a fair price. We're celebrating 20 years in Grand Island.
Viva Lavenders. Viva, viva Lavenders. Don't gamble with your car repair.
From day trips to vacations of a lifetime, choose the home of Happy Traveler, First Holiday Tour and Travel. Planning a trip with First Holiday can save you time, money, and frustration with the best deals, impeccable service, and over 50 years of travel planning experience.
An amazing job doing everything to make our family vacation easy and stress-free.
Sure makes traveling more relaxing when arrangements are made for you. We had a great trip. Thank you.
First Holiday Tour and Travel, located in Grand Island, bringing you the world.
Time after time, the Toyota Tacoma comes out on top. Named a 4x4 of the year, the all-new 2017 Tacoma delivers unwavering capability and good looks to match. With chiseled character lines and muscular fenders, performance, resale value, design, and bottom line. Tacomas, starting at $24,320, lease for only $309 a month. If you're looking for a truck that stands up to scrutiny year after year, come see us. Cornhusker Toyota Honda, Deers Avenue, Grand Island.
We invite you to experience Rowe. 2 dealerships, 20 minutes. Stop by our newest location, Rowe Chevrolet Buick, located in downtown Aurora. Or Rowe Buick, serving Grand Island and central Nebraska for nearly 70 years. Family owned, hassle-free buying. Rowe Chevrolet of Aurora and Rowe Buick of Grand Island. You can view both dealerships' inventory at rowecars.com. 2 dealerships, 20 minutes. Get to Rowe today.
And welcome back to Memorial Field. We're wrapping this one up where UNK, the Lopers, defeat Northeastern State 22-16 to improve to 10-22. So down on the field we have Jason Jorgensen with winning head coach Damon Day, as well as our Grand Island Clinic player of the game.
Hey, thanks, Brandon. Well, I'm joined by head coach Damon Day and our Grand Island Clinic player of the game, Dallas Schramm. Coach, you've been at this a while. You guys certainly needed a victory. Talk about tonight and the heart of your team, the way you came back when it didn't look good early.
No, without a doubt. You know, we've been struggling to find some consistency, and I thought we did a poor job of kind of starting off the game, but I thought we did a great job of rallying there in the second inning. And you know, Mitchell was on short rest. He ended up trying to close out a game the other on Tuesday night for us, and to bring him back on Friday, you could tell he wasn't sharp early and really didn't have his A game. But I thought our bullpen did a good job of keeping us in the ball game, and then obviously with what we were able to accomplish offensively, extraordinary. Proud of our hitters to just kind of stay with the plan and get some big knocks when we needed it. And so that's something we've been waiting for. We know it's in there. We just haven't been able to do a lot of it so far this season.
A true team win. Just about everyone up and down your lineup, your entire everybody you threw in there gave you something.
Without a doubt, everybody contributed, you know, and when you score 23 runs, it's not just one or two guys. Obviously, Dallas had a phenomenal game for us, and he's been our top hitter and doing great things for us behind the dish. But just extraordinarily proud of our team effort today in finding a way to win when we talked about defending the home field, and I thought we did that tonight.
Well, congratulations. Hopefully you can build on this tomorrow and the rest of the weekend.
That's the key is can we do it again tomorrow? It's kind of one of those can you prove it type of things, and that's what we need to do is come out with another consistent effort tomorrow.
All right, congratulations. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right, we've heard from the coach. Now we'll hear from our Grand Island Clinic player of the game, Dallas Schramm. You've been around here a while. You've seen the struggles. How about you and your teammates tonight? It didn't look good early. What was kind of set in the dugout to keep you guys going and turning this around and end up with a big win?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough being down 9-0, but this team's gritty, and I'm proud of these guys for fighting inning after inning and keeping us in the ball game. The bullpen did a really good job keeping us in the game, you know, and I'm just proud of everyone.
How about your game tonight? So much this year, people try to pitch around you. You don't get a lot to hit a lot. Talk about your 2 big at-bats tonight.
I was just attacking the fastball, just seeing it early, and they left some mistakes there, and I hit them. So.
Could you guys kind of feel the momentum was certainly building throughout the game? You came back, you got the lead, they rallied, and then you had to have another big push with that 7-run inning.
Yeah, definitely. There's just no quit. I mean, they score some runs, we'll score some runs right back. It's just proud of the guys for fighting.
Well, congratulations and good luck tomorrow. And this is probably a game you guys will be talking about for a while.
Yes. Thank you. Appreciate it.
That was our Grand Island Clinic player of the game, Dallas Schramm. A big night for UNK as they rally from 9 down to get the victory tonight. Brandon, back to you.
Thank you, Jason. Dallas Schramm, 3 for 4, 2 home runs, including a grand slam. He had 6 RBIs. An amazing performance all around by the Lopers. UNK wins 22-16 in a football score type game. This was a baseball contest. Taking a look at the highlights, and there are plenty to look at. Northeastern State jumped out to a 9-0 lead. Yes, 9-0 after the first 2 innings. UNK, though, they say, hey, not so fast. They score 8 runs in the bottom of the second. They had 4 home runs in that effort to make it a 1-run ball game. Then in the third, UNK would take a 1-run lead after 2 more runs scored. Lopers lead 10-9. They would extend that lead to 13-9 in the 4th inning with 3 more runs scoring. But Northeastern State answered back in the top of the 5th, made it 13-12 after NSU scored 3 runs. Then after a scoreless bottom of the 5th for the Lopers, things were tied back in the 6th when the Riverhawks grabbed another run, 13-13. UNK, though, battles right back, scores 2 in the bottom of the 6th. It is 15-13, but what decided things was another huge inning by UNK. 7 runs in the bottom of the 7th, made it 22-13. And now Northeastern State grabbed 3 in the top of the 9th, but it would not be enough. 22-16 is your final score. 19 hits by the Lopers, 14 hits by the Riverhawks. Sam Laughlin is the winning pitcher for UNK. His first win of the season. He's 1-0. Hunter Neal gets the loss. He's 4-3 on the season. Again, these 2 teams will be in action for the remainder of this 3-game series tomorrow afternoon. But for tonight, UNK gets the win, 22-6. Special thanks to our producer, Aaron Trout, all our camera operators, Jason Jorgensen, an amazing job in the booth. I am Brandon Axamit for News Channel Nebraska. Thank you so much for spending your Friday night with us, and we will see you next time.
Lavenders, don't gamble with your car repair.
Ask anyone who's had their car serviced by Lavenders in Grand Island. They'll tell you it's a sure thing. We're all in getting you back on the road fast at a price that won't make you go bust. Fast and fair service at a fair price. We're celebrating 20 years in Grand Island.
Viva Lavenders! Viva! Viva Lavenders! Don't gamble with your car repair.
From GI to York to Hastings to Broken Bow, our Grand Island Foot Clinic doctors have cared for farmers, football players, nurses, teachers, and construction workers.
Young at heart, and everyone in between. That's our job.
Now we have the same job with a new name, Foot and Ankle Clinic of Central Nebraska.
Doctors Larson, Wilson, and Blackburn, committed to the health of your feet, ankles, and lower legs.
We believe that every step you take on the job and in life should be pain-free.
Foot and Ankle Clinic of Central Nebraska. York, Hastings, Broken Bow, Grand Island.
We've got our heads in the game,
Our minds in the classroom,
our hands in the community,
and our feet ready for the world.
We're a part of the NCAA Division II experience.
Using our skills
at our universities and in our communities. I chose the MIAA.
I chose the MIAA.
MIAA, the spirit of our communities.
We invite you to experience Rowe. 2 dealerships, 20 minutes. Stop by our newest location, Rowe Chevrolet Buick, located in downtown Aurora. Or Rowe Buick, serving Grand Island and Central Nebraska for nearly 70 years. Family owned, hassle-free buying. Rowe Chevrolet of Aurora and Rowe Buick of Grand Island. You can view both dealerships' inventory at rowcars.com. 2 dealerships, 20 minutes. Get to Rowe today.
Thank you for watching this live presentation of News Channel Nebraska Sports. We now return to our regular programming.